Your GPS just failed. No signal, no map, no way out, nothing. The equipment is fine. It is just lying to you. A cockpit warning screen flashes position error. The pilot carefully checks every single instrument. All readings look completely normal. GPS places them somewhere else. The radio operator speaks into the headset. Do you copy? Static. Long silence. A frequency crystal clear 30 seconds ago is completely dead now. The car is parked, completely still. But the GPS reads 60 miles per hour, not a glitch. A real expedition team reported exactly this. This is not fiction. It is a documented anomaly. One specific region on Earth where navigation systems fail consistently and nobody can fully explain why. Not the Bermuda Triangle, not a theory. Researchers mapped it. Military teams confirmed it. Nobody has ever fully explained what is actually happening there. The location is the Tibesti Mountains in northern Chad and southern Libya. One of the most remote and least explored regions on the entire planet. This keeps scientists awake at night. The interference is not constant. It appears and vanishes with no warning or pattern. Impossible to predict or study. But wait, this is not a malfunction. It is a repeating pattern. 3 technologies, 3 different centuries, all failing in the exact same location. In 2006, one GPS unit inside this zone showed 3 completely different coordinates at the exact same moment. That is not a glitch. Back to the 1930s, French Foreign Legion soldiers entered Tibesti on a mapping mission. Experienced navigators, professional equipment, clear orders. Nothing should go wrong. Compasses showed north. They followed north, but north was lying. Instead of reaching base, they drew a slow arc straight into the open desert. 30 degrees off course sounds like nothing. No landmarks anywhere. Heat above 120 Fahrenheit. That 30 degrees is a death sentence. Several patrols reported becoming lost despite experienced navigators leading them. Search teams went out. Some patrols were recovered, others were not. The desert kept them. 1970s. A Libyan geological survey team works right near the Tibesti border. Modern radio equipment, trained operators, established protocols. Then complete silence falls. The blackout lasted several hours. When it ended, every piece of equipment tested perfectly. No damage. No malfunction. The official report said, unknown geological interference. Unknown geological interference. Think about that phrase. It is the scientific version of a shrug. No storm. No solar event. Equipment was fine. Just silence. Picture geologists in the Sahara, surrounded by equipment that works perfectly everywhere else on Earth, sitting in total radio silence with no explanation at all. 2006. A joint French and Chadian expedition enters Tibesti. Dr. Pierre Vincent from Clermont-Ferrand University leads the entire scientific team inside. His GPS places the team kilometers from where they actually stand. He recalibrates twice. Checks again. The anomaly links to volcanic features. Mechanism unknown. Before the zone, all equipment worked perfectly. After leaving it, worked perfectly again. Inside, it failed. A line existed where instruments stopped being reliable. 3 eras, compass in the 30s, radio in the 70s, GPS in 2006. One location, one pattern. Something in this place is responsible. Here is the surprising part. 80 years after those Legion patrols vanished, we came back with satellites and modern technology. The situation got worse. Compasses fail from magnetic fields. GPS fails from radio interference. 2 different systems. If both fail in the same spot, one explanation is not enough. Geology tells us this. Tibesti sits above a volcanic hotspot, ancient calderas, active gas vents. Ongoing seismic tremors. Rock with very high magnetite concentrations. Magnetite is a naturally magnetic iron oxide. Tibesti volcanic rock has unusually high concentrations. Such deposits produce magnetic fields strong enough to shift compasses. Dr. Alexei Gvishiani from the Russian Academy of Sciences studied African magnetic anomalies for decades. On Tibesti, he noted field variations suggest unmapped subsurface structures. Here is the problem with magnetite. It produces stable anomalies you can map. Tibesti anomalies fluctuate and vanish. Magnetite simply does not behave that way. GPS runs on L-band radio frequencies. Natural magnetite cannot block L-band. Whatever disrupts GPS here is not the same thing disrupting the compasses. Natural magnetite does not affect radio. So whatever disrupts GPS is not what disrupts compasses. Two problems. Two unknown sources, neither identified with any certainty. Scientists rarely say that should not happen. When 2006 GPS data arrived, the research team said exactly that. No framework explained those readings. Satellites named Cosmic and Champ, both operated by American and European space agencies, recorded anomalous plasma density variations in the upper atmosphere above Tibesti. Ionospheric plasma can disrupt GPS signals. That is understood. What nobody understands, why plasma density above Tibesti behaves this specific way. Cause remains unestablished. To study this properly, researchers need ground stations inside the zone. Tibesti has no roads, no infrastructure, extreme heat, and borders 4 conflict zones. Geology can explain a spinning compass, but it cannot explain vanishing radio waves. These are 2 entirely different phenomena. They need 2 different explanations. Look at this map. The anomaly has a defined boundary. Cross it and systems fail. Step out and everything works. Why there? No answer exists. Scientists proposed 3 explanations. None is complete. None covers all evidence. Let us go through each one and find exactly where every theory breaks down. Theory 1, ionospheric disturbance. Plasma variations above Tibesti, confirmed by Cosmic and Champ, could disrupt GPS. But timing does not match the anomaly windows. Theory 2, military jamming. The technology exists. Tibesti borders Libya, Chad, Sudan, and Niger, all with histories of military operations and prolonged regional conflict. Whose equipment is it? Running for 90 years. Anomalies started in the 30s. GPS jamming did not exist then. The timeline collapses this entire theory. The military theory collapses on timeline. Compass failures in the 30s. Radio blackouts in the 70s. Both events predate GPS jamming technology by many decades. Theory 3. In 2019, ESA swarm mission data showed something alarming. Earth magnetic field above the South Atlantic is weakening and splitting. Think of Earth magnetic field like a blanket. Thick in most places, thinner in spots. In some rare areas, there may be actual holes. Beneath the ancient Tibesti volcanoes, there may be unmapped subsurface structures. Something enormous. Something generating a magnetic signature unlike anything else on the continent. Natural magnetite? Or something geology has no name for? This has never been studied formally because reaching Tibesti to study anything remains nearly impossible. Compare all 3. Ionospheric explains GPS, but not 30s compass data. Military explains nothing before the 90s. Magnetic anomaly explains everything, but remains untested. Here is the real problem. The anomalies have no stable pattern. They appear and vanish without warning. No study can be built around this. If someone runs jamming equipment there for 90 straight years, whose is it? Which government? Why has nobody claimed it, stopped it, or explained it? You are on a research team inside the zone. GPS places you 6 miles off. You recalibrate. It confirms wrong position. Nothing around you matches. The team navigates toward camp. GPS fails again, but differently. Now it shows a third location. Every attempt to orient produces a different wrong answer. This is more than technical. Instruments do not go blank. They give precise, confident, wrong readings. Flying blind would have been the safer option. Radio drops, returns. Drops again with no pattern. The team documents normal windows alongside blackout windows. Nothing matches any known geological or atmospheric cycle. One researcher reviewing field data wrote something not reading like science. Anomalies appeared to intensify during measurement attempts. Make of that observation what you will. Zoom out to 2019. The South Atlantic anomaly made global headlines. A weakened magnetic field region caused GPS problems for spacecraft flying overhead. What if Tibesti is a smaller version of that same thing, but on the ground where people navigate? A gap in Earth magnetic field. Unstudied. The magnetite theory fails on one key point. Magnetite produces stable, mappable distortions. Tibesti produces something that shifts and disappears. These are fundamentally different. The ionospheric theory also fails. Ionospheric disturbances affect wide regions simultaneously. The Tibesti anomaly is pinpoint. One valley, one set of peaks. Models fail. Dr. Vincent Expedition report ended with one sentence researchers still quote. Tibesti Massif remains one of the least understood features on the African continent. We trained ourselves to trust instruments over instinct. In Tibesti, that trust becomes the danger. The instruments are not silent. They are confidently, lethally wrong. What if the anomaly boundary is not fixed? Some field reports suggest the zone shifts between expeditions. A last decade map may not match today. Last eruption at Emikusi happened 1700 years ago, but Tibesti is not dormant. Hot springs bubble. Gas vents release. The ground still trembles. Researchers want to return. Some spent careers studying Tibesti only from satellites because they cannot get there. Wars and political chaos lock the mountains entirely. Scientific consensus fits three words rarely seen together in peer-reviewed journals. Insufficient field data. Not enough samples, not enough ground time, not enough measurements. Here is what makes this frustrating. Competing interpretations exist, but cannot be tested without standing there. Nobody can referee a scientific debate from orbit. What researchers agree on, they observe effects, not causes. Something happens there. It disrupts navigation. The disruption can be measured. The source cannot be found. No funded monitoring program. No international station, no permanent presence in the zone. The anomaly keeps happening. Data stops where human willingness to go stops. A region where GPS fails, where compasses spin, where radio goes silent. You heard this before. Now you understand exactly what is behind it. Here is what we know. Compass anomalies since the 1930s, radio blackouts in the 70s, GPS failures in 2006. Three technologies. 0. GPS screen drops to 0. Not an error, not a malfunction alert, just silence. In that silence, one question remains. What is down there? A compass needle slows, points somewhere with total confidence, then rotates again, slowly, without reason. The magnetic north it seeks does not exist here. A team crossing the Sahara at night, no GPS, no compass, only stars above. The same system humans relied on for 10,000 years. For now, the explanation is incomplete. That is the honest answer. Not a conspiracy, just a region of Earth we have not understood yet. Remarkable. What is happening beneath Tibesti? Tell us in the comments. Like and subscribe. We do not close mysteries here. We track them. New Mystery Weekly.